Clown threats continue to creep closer to campus after threats were made today at 2 local high schools. We will have what you need to know to stay safe. It's 7 o'clock. Your news starts right now. Thank you for joining us for Eyewitness News at 7. I'm Javon Cutler. Our top story tonight, clowns have sent to local schools on high alert. A clown under the persona Caleb the Clown made threats to Beauregard High School and Opelika High School. Those threats causing chaos across Lee County today. That panic being seen on campus as well. Monday night, rumors of people dressed as clowns on campus spread quickly on social media. Auburn police say there was never any danger to students on Auburn's campus. They also advise if you ever feel that you or another person is in danger, call 911. If you're having a hard time finding gas this week, don't worry, you're not the only one. A gas shortage all over the South is impacting many in our area.
Gas prices are going up, but not for a usual reason. Last week, an inspector found gas line pipes in Shelby County to be leaking, causing a temporary shortage of gas. Since then, 6 governors, including Governor Robert Bentley, have declared a state of emergency. Gasoline is being shipped in alternate routes while a temporary gas line pipe is being constructed.
It's not surprising to see gas stations in our area with plastic covers such as this over the gas pumps, leaving many with the option for premium or without gas at all.
When I got off work Saturday, I drove to 4 different stores and everyone was short on gas. I had to end up going to, I found one local store downtown Auburn that had it, but yeah, it was quite a journey.
With my business that I run, I need gas for both my baby and my truck, so it's a problem for us who are in business that really need gas or have to go to work. But today, again, we're really out of gas today.
However, don't let that discourage you. There are still gas stations with gas available. You might just have to look harder or be willing to dig down in your pocket for that extra change.
Looking around, a lot of pumps are closed, but there's few and far between, but I've kind of found the few myself. So,
for Eagle Eye News, I'm Casey Cooper.
And we have breaking news. Colonial Pipeline has restarted gasoline in Line 1, allowing more gas to become available in the area. With all the buzz regarding the national anthem protest, Eagle Eye reporter Christy Allmendinger went out to see how Auburn students felt about the matter.
Over the last few weeks, the San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick has been protesting by refusing to stand during the national anthem. Here at Eagle Eye, we went out to see what the student body and the citizens of Auburn had to say on this matter.
Athletes don't get too many options to make a stand or literally a knee when it comes to things, so they don't have the voice or the media to necessarily make their points be heard. So I think it was a really unique opportunity for someone to actually do something a little bit more physical in showing their emotional feelings towards something.
I do understand. I've seen some videos on it. Some people talking about it's his right and stuff like that for him to kneel. And some people talking about that's disrespectful. I mean, it's what he wants to do. It doesn't really matter what we say.
We stand because we're proud of where we've come from, but in addition to that, we're proud of where we're going. And so all of the issues and race in our nation are ideally not where they should be right now. I think that I'm proud of a lot of people who are fighting on behalf of where race has come from and those tensions over the years. And so I'm confident in where we're going. And so I stand because I'm confident of the people who are advocating on behalf and to make America a better place.
I see it's a pretty important just because it's something going against America, kind of just because it's the Pledge of Allegiance. And I think it should be brought up to a bigger matter just because it's a lot of issues going around lately dealing with, Black lives, and that's really the main purpose of it from what it seems.
From Auburn University, Christy Allmendinger, Eagle Eye TV.
Kaepernick and safety Eric Reed again knelt for the national anthem before Sunday's game against the Panthers. On April 3rd, police responded to a call regarding a motorist reported to be bipolar, suicidal, in possession of a knife, and intending to harm herself. After being followed by Auburn City police officers for several miles on I-85, Melissa Bortz was shot after allegedly charging officers with her pocket knife. With more on the story, here's Matt Stanley.
Though the event took place just over 4 months ago, the Bortz family has not stopped in their pursuit of justice for the death of Melissa Bortz on the night of April 3, 2016. Since then, the family has filed a civil lawsuit against the city of Auburn and 2 Auburn police officers. Both officers were cleared of all criminal charges by a grand jury exactly 1 month ago, but that has not deterred the Bortz family in their pursuit of civil charges against the officers and city. The most recent development involves the toxicology report of Melissa Bortz released by the AUPD. According to Chief of Police Paul Register, the report indicated 6 different medications within her system that evening, several of which were adversely affected by the alcohol in her system. The toxicology report stated that Melissa had been prescribed a number of medications, including an antidepressant, 2 seizure medications, 1 anxiety medication, and a sleeping pill. At the time of her death, Melissa had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.097%, and 5 of the 7 medications prescribed to her, as well as an over-the-counter ibuprofen, were in her system. The toxicology report is just one of the many factors that will be taken into consideration in the upcoming case. With the help of their lawyer, Julian McPhillips, the Bortz family have also been persistently requesting the release of any body and dash cam footage from the night of the event. Mr. McPhillips stated to the press that, if in fact it vindicated them, or made them look good, they would have produced it to us long ago. In response to the Bortz family's call for the release of the footage from the incident, Chief Register stated, "We are in the process of releasing information to the family, and will continue to keep the public informed as we progress." With Eagle Eye News, this is Matt Stanley.
With the case scheduled to take place in the near future, we will continue to keep you up to date as events unfold. The Bailey Small Animal Teaching Hospital is the first in the Southeast to be named a veterinary trauma center. Auburn will now be a part of a network of lead hospitals created by the American College of Veterinary Emergency that will play a role in the development of trauma systems nationally. This trauma center will be open on a 24/7 basis to provide total care for small animal trauma patients. The Bailey Small Animal Teaching Hospital is already ranked at the highest ranking that can be awarded to a critical care facility. This hospital is the only one to earn this ranking in Alabama, one of 3 in the Southeast, and one of 18 nationwide. We will be right back after this.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
Hey guys, Carter Gusson here with your weekly forecast in Channel 6 Storm Tracker. Looking here at your school day around 8 a.m., walking to class, a little lower temperature, 76 degrees, not too hot, not too bad. Lunch going to be heating up, 86, upper 80s, so might get a little hot. A little sweaty walking to lunch, so be careful there. Late at night there, walking home, doing whatever, hanging out with your friends, not too bad, cooling off a little bit, hanging around 80. Looking at your weekly forecast here, hanging out pretty much the same all week long. 90s down there at the end of the week, getting that fall weather coming in, getting a little bit cooler, upper 80s, that's nice to see. I know I like to see it. Lows there staying the same all week long. Looking at your national map here, looks like we're the lucky ones there at 90, 99 there in Dallas, 92 in Salt Lake City, and then really cool up in New York at 75 degrees. Getting a little bit closer to home here though, 90 degrees in Auburn, Montgomery, and Columbus, both at 91 degrees. That's all for the weather, nothing too crazy here. We'll be back right after this, Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
Hey guys, on this first episode of Real Talk, we discussed the verdict of Sully. We also talked about what's hot on TV and film and TV news.
It's never been easier to vote. Get registered, get educated, and get to the polls. No more excuses. To find your polling place, visit vote411.org. This is a public service announcement of Eagle Eye TV, your eye on the White House.
Football starts the season with a losing streak. We'll have a reaction from students coming up. Plus, soccer struggles in the SEC play and volleyball closes out its non-conference schedule in the Michigan Invitational. I'm Matt Stanley, and this is Eagle Eye Sports. After coming off a high victory last weekend against Arkansas State, the Auburn Tigers fell to the first of their SEC opponent of the season, the 17th-ranked Aggies.
Football opened up SEC play versus the Texas A&M Aggies Saturday night. Lots of exciting things occurred on game day, including the game ball being delivered to Aubie by a drone. Sean White in the Auburn offense set the tone early as they drove down the field to set up this 1-yard Cameron Petway touchdown run to put the Tigers up 7-0 in the first quarter. Cameron Petway led the way for the Auburn offense as he rushed for 123 yards on the night. But it wasn't all good news for Auburn, as Trevor Knight and the Texas A&M Aggies racked up 247 yards passing, including this 51-yard pass to Josh Reynolds in the second quarter. John Franklin III came into the game at quarterback to try to give the Tigers life in the third quarter. Kerryon Johnson had 60 yards rushing on the night, including a 2-yard rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter. The Tigers fell to the Aggies by a score of 29-16. Auburn will welcome in LSU this Saturday for another SEC matchup. In Auburn, this is Erica Justiniano with Eagle Eye Sports.
Auburn hosts LSU this Saturday at 5 in Jordan-Hare Stadium for another key SEC matchup. Auburn is now 1-2 to start the season, and fans are getting frustrated. However, many are still optimistic about Saturday's game.
We're 1-2. Defense has been pretty good, and they come out every game and play well. Offensively, we got a few things we need to pick up on and fix, but I believe Coach Malzahn will do his part and get the offense rolling.
I think we have a good team. I think it's coaching that's hurting us, to be quite honest.
Well, I think we're doing good considering all the teams that we've played so far. I think we did really good against Clemson, and they were the number 2 team.
I mean, it could be going better. Our defense is looking really, really good, which is always nice, but offensively we could definitely be more threatening. JF3 just has so much more ability that you got to put him in there to see where he can go and build him up at least a little bit. I'm predicting a low-scoring game. Maybe we're going to pull it out 21-17.
I think we could win if we pull out our whole hearts into it, and we need support from our fans. So I think if all of us Auburn students get together and cheer on the Tigers, we'll be doing great this weekend.
Earlier this week, head coach Gus Malzahn acknowledged the fans' frustrations and was even apologetic about it, saying that he feels their pain. He also announced that Sean White will remain starting quarterback for the game. Taking it over to the pitch, Auburn soccer faced SEC opponent South Carolina and fell to the Gamecocks 1-0.
Auburn Tigers soccer took on their second SEC opponent Sunday night at the Auburn Soccer Complex. The Tigers faced the South Carolina Gamecocks in a match that was a battle to the end. The Tigers led the match in both shots and corner kicks, but ultimately fell to the Gamecocks 1-0. The lone goal of the match came at the 29th minute when South Carolina's Savannah McCaskill headed the ball into the net. Fans poured into the stands after being fed barbecue by Auburn men's basketball coach Bruce Pearl. The fans also stayed through periods of rain and cheered the Tigers on throughout the night. Bree Folds led the Tigers with 4 shots on the night. The Tigers battled to the very end, having 7 shots on goal in the second half alone. The Tigers returned to action in a 2-match road trip series, first against Florida on Thursday and then Georgia on Sunday. For Eagle Eye Sports, I'm Sarah Palczewski.
Soccer travels to Florida to face the Gators down in the swamp on Thursday at 5, and then continue on the road to Athens to face the Bulldogs Sunday at 1. Volleyball traveled to Ann Arbor over the weekend, and the Tigers fell to the Wolverines 3-0 in the Michigan Invitational opener. They turned it around in match 2, defeating Colgate 3-1, then fell in the last match against Eastern Michigan 3-1. Volleyball will be back in action to face the Tigers of LSU this Friday at 7. This year was 1996. 20 years ago today, Terry Bowden was the head coach. Auburn faced LSU right here in Jordan-Hare Stadium. What was so significant of that day? It was the night the barn, Auburn's old sports arena, caught fire, just 40 yards from the stadium. In case that's the only thing you remember from the game, which many do, Auburn lost 19-15 to LSU and went on to finish the season 8-4. Safe to say we hope we never have another night like that again. Want more sports updates throughout the week? We've got you covered. Just like us on Facebook at Eagle Eye TV and catch Tiger Tally on Friday mornings. We'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Our democracy is a government of the people, for the people. And let's keep it that way. Vote November 8th. Get registered. Learn the issues and cast your vote. It's really that simple. This is a public service announcement of Eagle Eye TV, your eye on the White House.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis! Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
Sometimes it's hard to find a student or faculty member that doesn't have something negative to say about parking services. In an effort to bridge this gap, Parking Services held a fall forum to discuss parking issues on campus. Those who attended had the opportunity to share their ideas and learn about the new things happening around campus. On the Tech Beat tonight,
September 15th, Parking Services Don Andre hosted a Parking Services Forum in the Auburn Student Center. This forum was to bring Auburn students and faculty members together to discuss concerns about parking at Auburn University. Let's take a look at what one of the Auburn students had to say.
Ever since I was a freshman, I'd been having problems with parking. I lived in the Hill, and I was parking in RO, and that was always a struggle going home to see my family because I had to, find a way to get out to RO.
The forum resolved issues relating to the Auburn Bike Share, the parking lottery, and upcoming construction.
There's some construction coming up that's going to impact you. I don't know, maybe we're doing drop off and pick up on Wilmore Drive, but that's going to stop. Reason being is that we're going to get ready to start a new Engineering Academic Achievement Center.
I realize that Parking Services, they aren't in charge of all the parking decisions that are made. They're actually fighting for the students to be able to park safely and close to campus.
Reporting in Auburn, this is Tabitha Wheatstruck with Eagle Eye News.
On the Tech Beat tonight, looking for a go-to informative Auburn guide? Look no more. There's an app for that.
The new Auburn Guides app is here, and although it may seem as though it would only be helpful for RAs, Camp War Eagle, and new students, it actually contains tons of amazing features for all types of students.
The Auburn Guides app made this summer a whole lot easier, I think, for the parents and the freshmen because it had the student schedule on there, it had the parent schedule on there, it had a map of Auburn University on there, so if anyone ever got lost, didn't know where to go, they could find their way on there.
We were able to use the track features, we were able to use push notifications, surveys, lots of different things for RA training.
Some helpful features of this new app include making your own schedule, push notifications, campus maps, and even a move-in guide.
In the past, we had no means of being able to directly communicate with our students and families as they were moving in if we had any challenges. But we were able to advocate that the use of the guidebook app allowed for push notifications and messages to be sent, which allowed us to be able to tell parents if there was a change to a zone or there was unexpected traffic. What was moving going to look like? Access to the maps, staff information, how to put in a maintenance request. We were able to send surveys, which was really nice. So it was really phenomenal this year. We had just under 4,000 downloads.
A lot of people don't like using books and stuff anymore, and we do have our great Tiger Transitions book, which had the schedule in there, but I'd say having the app made it a lot easier, more accessible, so a parent or a student could just pull their phone out and see where they were supposed to be in the schedule.
The Auburn Guides app provides students with all the need-to-know information about Auburn's campus in just one quick, free download.
So I hope students know that it's something that can utilize throughout their whole time here at Auburn University, whether they're a freshman or a senior.
Reporting for Eagle Eye News, this has been Ellie McCoy.
Auburn Guides app is available for free download through your smartphone's app store. Thank you for joining us for the News at 7. For more on the latest headlines, make sure you tune in tomorrow to Studio 1105. Good night and War Eagle!
Thank you.